get your shit splat. Stop, let this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. Get your lick back. If a nigga owe you something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat. Stop, let this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. I feel like I'm JX.
J-Way.
I'm a perfectionist. Adderall got me restless.
I'm gone.
Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck.
Give me that.
Into the trends. See you, Lee, be the band.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Post Game Podcast. We got some breaking news out of Detroit. For those that have been sleeping under a rock, the breaking news is that Cade Cunningham has suffered a collapsed lung and he is out for an extended period of time. We've all done our research to see how long it takes for a person to recover from a collapsed lung, and it's anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks. Obviously, I think you can actually recover from a collapsed lung a lot sooner than that. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean that you're ready to, ramp up and play basketball, or do any type of strenuous lifting, running, etc. So he's going to be out for an extended period of time. And we know that the playoffs is only 4 weeks away. We got about a month into the playoffs. We got about 15 games. And the Pistons, at the very least, will be without Cade Cunningham for the rest of the regular season. Now, all the Pistons fans have, they're up in arms. Oh, it's over. Yeah. And yeah, I understand it. We've been through this before. We've had unfortunate things happen right before, unfortunate things happen in inopportune times right before we ramp things up for the playoffs and all that. And, but you gotta, true fans of the Detroit Pistons know that when things like this happen, they rally, the troops and prevail. The Pistons are 5-2 without Cade this year. This is actually the second time that Cade has got injured in a Washington Wizards game. If you remember, Cam Whitmore had a block attempt on him and he injured his back, which I want to say that was the initial reports, that he injured his back. And obviously it came back to be a much more serious issue. Some might question whether or not this is a collapsed lung. So this is different than the back injury that he had initially. So, but yeah, the Pistons are a deep group. Do they have, 2-3 bona fide stars? No. But they have a number of different players that have the capability of stepping up and doing the job in his reserve. We're going to need Cade. We're going to need Cade in the playoffs regardless. But in the interim, we still have a lot to play for. We are still trying to fight off the Boston Celtics for the number one team in the East, which I would like to think that we would like to hold that crown. And I believe that we can still do that. I made an observation yesterday, and, I made an observation that when Dennis Jenkins doesn't feel like he's playing in the shadow of Cade, when he doesn't have to worry about Ella in the building, when he doesn't have to worry about, I don't know, it's more, there's probably nothing to it, but Dennis plays pretty well in the absence of Cade, for better or for worse. I don't think that there's any direct correlation, but I do think that he plays with a different pep in the step when he feels like he's in charge of the offense. And he's definitely going to be in charge of the offense. The projected starting lineup is going to be probably Dennis Jenkins in the starting Dennis Jenkins at the 1, Duncan Robinson at the 2, Asar Thompson, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren took over the game last time against the Wizards, and and I feel like everybody's going to have to shoulder a lot. It's going to have to shoulder the load. But we have a lot of scoring options when they're at their best. we're going to see a lot more Karis LeVert. We're going to see a lot more Marcus Sasser, who was just starting to emerge and come on. He might get I think Dennis Jenkins gets to start. But Sasser did get some starting minutes when Asar Thompson was out. Everybody's gonna have to step up. Asar's gonna have to do more. Kevin Huerter, this is his time to really get some meaningful minutes. Ron Holland as well. I mean, it's really everybody. I can't really speak to one specific person. I think that now pushes, Paul Reed is going to get his minutes, especially when Isaiah Stewart doesn't have it going. But Chaz Lanier, he's another guy that can fill it up when he's at his best and he's knocking down the three. He can really fill it up. So it's going to be really a combination of a lot of different people to step up in the absence of our top player. And it's really unfortunate because although I think that, honestly, I think that a strong finish to the season and Cade could have possibly contended for an MVP, despite having a bad week and a half previous to that. He was getting back to it. And obviously now with the injury taking him out for likely the remainder of the season, he's not going to be able to he's not even going to have the game. I don't think he's going to have the game requirement in order to even qualify for any of the awards. But it is what it is. It has nothing bigger than the awards is whether or not he's going to be ready for the playoffs. So let's pull up the Pistons schedule to see who we have coming up down the stretch without Cade. Because I think that we are talented enough and we have enough. We just have we have great coaching and we have enough players to hold things down while Cade is out. So let's pull that up right quick. And then I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. I just wanted to make that announcement on the page so everybody, heard it from my perspective. So tonight we got we got the Washington Wizards again. We beat them by 28 points, I believe, last game. So yeah, that's it. And then we have the Wizards at home. We got a nice little homestand coming up. Wow, look at that. Look at those home games. We got the Warriors, we got the Lakers, we got the Hawks who are on fire. They could possibly be undefeated going into that. I might have to go to some of these games, maybe the Atlanta Hawk game. And then we got the Pelicans at home. And then we go on the road against the Timberwolves, which is going to be tough. The Thunder, we know how tough that's going to be. We're going to be looking for some get back against the Raptors, who beat us in Toronto. We're split right now. And then we end the playoff, and then we end the season with the Wolves at home, Sixers, Magic, and then we got a couple more games. Yeah, I'm not going to get too far into it. But yeah, there's a lot of games left in the season and a lot to play for. So we'll see. I don't even want to. I don't even want to get too far ahead because who knows? Maybe he will make a recovery and get back before the regular season is up. But not too tough of a schedule. I like the fact that we got a lot of home games coming up. The Warriors have been, maybe Curry will be back by then, but they haven't looked great without Curry. Porzingis hasn't been as much of an impact as you would think. But yeah, the Lakers and the Hawks, those are the ones, because the Lakers are on fire and the Hawks are on fire. Those are the two teams that are those are the two games that are going to be tough, in my opinion. They will be at home, which is nice, but we need a lot of guys to step up. The two biggest, Tobias Harris is who he is. He's a good glue guy. He's gonna play on both ends of the court, but he's not gonna be a guy that's gonna score 30 points for you. Dennis Jenkins and Marcus Sasser really have the potential to fill it up from the outside, and they are going to get a lot of playing time. Ron Holland has his moments as well. He's going to be getting a ton of minutes. I really feel like he's itching to play more, and he's going to get that opportunity. But Kevin Huerter is somebody that we haven't seen a lot of, and yeah, I mean, he's a vet when it's all said and done. He does a little bit of everything. I've liked what I've seen passing wise. I've liked what I've seen defensively, and he has a deceptive He has a deceptive amount of athleticism. If you saw the reverse, if you haven't seen the reverse layup that he had the other day, go and check that out. That was very, he hung in there and put some English on it and got it up on the rim. It was a really nice move by him. And I think that when he's at his best and when he's most confident, that's what he can bring to the table. He has not shot well from the outside, and he hasn't shot well for the last couple of seasons, but he's a scorer. He's a scorer. And he plays on both ends on the floor as well. So that's an important guy for us. But I'm gonna get on up out of here. I just wanted to give you guys a quick announcement about Cade and what we have to look forward to in the upcoming games. So subscribe to the channel. We'll be back soon for a full-length show, and tune in every Monday for the Central Division show. It's your boy Foster Child. I'm out.